on expansion of Fourier series in the interval 0 to 2 pi, right? Now today let me explain how to go about the interval minus pi to plus pi. Okay. Now when the interval is minus pi to plus pi, the function is defined in this particular interval. Then how we are going to find out the Fourier series? What are the different formulas for A0, An and Bn? Okay. So as I told you, Fourier series is like this. F of x is equal to A0 plus summation of An cos of nx plus summation of Bn sin of nx. So this is the formula for Fourier series, right? N is definitely from 1 to infinity. Okay, students? Now see carefully, what are the formulas for A0, An and Bn in the interval minus pi to plus pi? So you can turn the pages, students, and see what are the formulas. What is the formula for A0 I have given you? Anybody? Sarah, can you tell what is the formula for A0 I gave you in the interval minus pi to plus pi? Sarah, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So tell me what is formula for A0 in the interval minus pi to plus pi?
1/2 pi
1
integral
upon
minus
2
pi to pi minus pi
integral
to
minus
pi
pi to pi
f
f
of
of
x
x
dx.
dx. Very good. Then what is formula for An?
1/pi
Hmm?
integral of
Hmm?
from minus pi to pi f of x cos of nx
Hmm?
dx.
Very good. And what is for Bn?
1/pi
Hmm?
integral from minus pi to pi f of
Hmm?
x sin of nx dx.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So these are the three standard formula, students, for A0, An and Bn when the limits of integral are from minus pi to plus pi. Okay. Now what I'm going to tell you is, suppose the function is even or suppose the function is odd. Then what are the changes happening in these formulas? Those changes you need to observe. Now when we use these formulas, students, we use these formulas. So what I'll do is I'll just mention it here. We use these formulas. Okay. When f of x is neither even nor odd. This is very important, students. We use these direct formulas when n is neither even nor odd. Now let me write the formulas for A0, An and Bn when f of x is even and when f of x is odd. Okay. Now see, students, what will happen with A0? Same formulas I'm going to refer here because these are the general formulas for A0, An and Bn. So what will happen with A0 when f of x is even? Now see, students, the case of even odd functions I have not considered in the previous interval 0 to 2 pi because it will not make any difference in the interval 0 to 2 pi. But whenever you look at the limits from minus pi to plus pi, minus a to plus a, right? Minus infinity to plus infinity, that time definitely you have to consider the nature of the function, whether it is even or odd. What is the reason, students, behind that? I repeat the formula here. What is integral of even function from minus a to plus a? It is 2 times 0 to a, the function as it is, right? I'm writing in short. And if the function is odd with the limits minus a to plus a, what is value of the integral, students? It is 0, right? So these formulas already I have given you. So we are going to take help of these formulas, correct? Now tell me what will be the change in A0 formula, because now your f of x is even, right? So 1 upon 2 pi will remain same, students. Now lower limit will become 0 and upper limit will remain same and inside function will remain as it is. And you are multiplying this by 2. So see carefully what I have done with the formula of A0. I am taking 2 out. Lower limit I am making 0. I am referring to this formula. Integral of even function from minus a to plus a is 2 times integral from 0 to a of the even function. So 2 is getting cancelled and I am getting formula for A0 as what? 1 upon pi integral from 0 to pi f of x dx. So when you see that the function is even and the limits are from minus pi to plus pi, directly you can use this formula for A0. Okay. Now can you change me what changes will happen in AN formula, students? In AN what will happen? It is 1 by pi. F of x is even function, right? Because we are considering the first case of even function. So when f of x is even function, cos is also even function. So even into even becomes even function, right? And again, whole inside function will become even function. And therefore, same rule I am using here, 2 times 0 to pi f of x cos of nx dx. Okay. So when you are referring to formula for an, it will be directly 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x cos nx dx. So even though the interval given is from minus pi to plus pi, students, how it is becoming 0 to pi, all of you understood? Because we are using the property of even function. Is that clear? Anybody is having any doubt, students, here? You can unmute yourself and ask the doubt. All of you understood these steps? And now who will tell me what will happen with Bn? Now see, Bn formula is ready-made with you here on top, correct? So look at the formula of Bn. It is integral minus pi to plus pi f of x sin nx dx with 1 by pi outside. Now f of x is even function, but sin is what function, students? Sin is odd function, right? And what is even into odd function? Even into odd function is odd. And what is integral of odd function? See here, whole function which is under the integral sign will become odd function. And integral of odd function is 0. Are you understanding? Should I explain it separately, students, even odd function thing? Okay, let me explain it on another page. Okay, see, you have 3 formulas, right? A0 is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral from minus pi to plus pi f of x dx, right? Now when function is even, what will happen? If f of x is even, what is the formula for even function? The formula number I am referring to formula number, which is the formula number I am referring to, students. Last time I have given you the set of formulas, and in that I have mentioned the even odd functions in one of the formulas. I am referring to formula number 5 and 6. If you see, if you turn the pages, I am referring to formula number 5 and 6. Okay. So what is formula number 5? Let me write the formulas first. What is the formula? Integral from minus a to plus a f of x dx is equal to 2 times integral from 0 to a f of x dx. If f of x is even function and the value of the integral vanishes if f of x is odd function, right? No? So this is your formula number 5 or 6. And what is formula number 5? I said that even into even function is even. Odd into odd function is also even. But odd into even is same as even into odd, and both are odd functions. So I am referring to these properties. Okay. Now see, there are 2 cases I am taking. If f of x is even on one side, and then on other side I will take if f of x is odd. Okay. Now when function is even, what will happen with the formula of A0? It is 1 upon 2 pi This whole function will be even, no students. So it will be 2 times. Lower limit will become 0. Upper limit will remain pi. Because see, I have given you the formula in terms of minus a to plus a. But now in place of minus a and plus a, we have minus pi to plus pi. So lower limit should become 0. Upper limit should remain same. And at the same time, don't forget to multiply this by 2. Correct? So I multiplied it by 2. And inside function, we are not changing at all. And therefore, after cancelling these 2, I am getting formula for a naught as 1 by pi 0 to pi f of x dx. This is my first formula. Any doubt, students? Are you understanding? Okay, now what is the general? Yeah. What is the general formula for an, students, within the limits minus pi to plus pi? It is 1 by pi minus pi to plus pi f of x cos of nx dx, right? But before that, let me write this a naught for odd function also side by side. What will be a naught for odd function, students? See, integral of odd function within the limits minus a to plus a is 0, right? So here also what will happen when your function is odd, directly value of a naught will go to 0, correct? So why a naught will be 0 when function is odd? Because your limits are from minus pi to plus pi. And this is the famous property of definite integral. Okay. So a naught is done for even and odd function. Now I have written the general formula for an in the interval minus pi to plus pi. Now again, when f of x is even function, what will happen? It will be an is equal to 1 by pi minus pi to plus pi. This is even function, right? This f of x is even function and cos of nx is also even function, no students? And what is even into even function? It is even function by this property. Even into even is even function. And as we are integrating even function, again we are taking help of this property 2 times 0 to a. So here it will be what? 2 times 0 to pi, because we don't have a, we have pi. Okay. And inside function, as I said, we are not touching at all. It will be same. And this is formula for our n, because even into even is even. Okay. Similarly, what will happen with an when f of x is odd? When f of x is odd, what will happen? See, it will be 1 by pi integral from minus pi to plus pi f of x cos of nx dx, right? This is odd function. But what is cos? Cos function is always even function. And what is odd into even, students? It is odd, right? See, odd into even or even into odd is equal to odd. I have told you how to remember. Say even is for plus sign and odd is for minus sign. You know that plus into plus is plus. Minus into minus is plus. Minus into plus, plus into minus is minus. So remember like this. So when I take this, I am getting odd into even function, which is odd. And your limits are from minus pi to plus pi. So what is value of an, students, here? It will be 0, right? Because integral of odd function is 0. Here I have written the properties. See, integral of odd function is 0. And this is true only when the limits are from minus something to the same thing. You cannot apply this even odd property for other intervals like 0 to 2 pi or 2 to 3, 4 to 5, 0 to 100. No, it has to be minus 100 to plus 100, minus 2 to plus 2, minus pi to plus pi, minus a to plus a, minus infinity to plus infinity. Then only you can use the properties of even and odd functions. Otherwise, no. Okay. So here what is happening, students? N is becoming 0. Now tell me about Bn. Let us find Bn. Let me write the general formula for Bn. It is 1 by pi minus pi to plus pi f of x sin nx dx, right? This is Bn. Now what changes will happen, students, here? See, if f of x is even, then Bn is equal to 1 by pi minus pi to plus pi f of x sin nx dx. F of x is even function, but what is sine function, students? Remember, sine is always odd function, cos is always even function. So sine is odd function, and what is even into odd function? It is odd function, right? And what is integral of odd function within the limits minus pi to plus pi? It is 0. So what is Bn here? 0. At the same time, let us do it on other side when f of x is odd. So Bn is equal to 1 by pi minus pi to plus pi f of x sin nx dx. Now here we are taking f of x as odd function and sin is also odd function, and odd into odd is odd function, right? Odd into odd is even function, correct? Minus into minus is plus. And what is integral of even function, students? You have to bring out 2, make lower limit 0, don't touch upper limit and inside function. So this is the formula for Bn when function is f of x is odd. Any doubt on this page, students? So when the function is neither even nor odd, you have to use the direct formulas which I have given you last time. When the function is even, Bn becomes 0. You have to get only n and a naught. When function is odd, you have to find only Bn because an and a naught both are becoming zeros. Okay. So on the previous page when I was explaining, you can write down here Bn is equal to 0, correct? This is on one side, that is when f of x is even. Now when f of x is odd, what is happening is your a naught is becoming 0, an is becoming 0, and formula for Bn is 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x sin of nx dx. So you have to remember 3 sets of formula, students, here. Whenever the interval is from minus pi to plus pi, this is the general set of formulas, and I have mentioned here when f of x is neither even nor odd. You need not think about the properties of even and odd function. But when function is even, what will exist? Only a naught an will exist. Bn directly you can write 0. No need to find also. So here actually your work will be reduced if your function is either even or odd within the limits minus pi to plus pi. And still more, your work will be reduced if your function is odd because you have to find only Bn in that case. You can directly write as the function is odd function, n a naught is equal to n is equal to 0, and hence Bn is equal to replace f of x by the given function and solve the integral. Okay, students? All of you understood these 3 sets of formulas? Any doubt if you have, you can ask. Okay, so let us solve the example, students. Obtain the Fourier expansion. Obtain the Fourier expansion of e raised to x in minus pi less than x less than plus pi. Okay. So as I told you, students, where first you look at the interval. It is asked to expand the Fourier, it is asked to expand the function in Fourier expansion form within the limit minus pi to plus pi, right? So minus pi is somewhere here, pi is somewhere here. Here the function is not splitted in the different intervals. So you will have a single integral in every formula. Otherwise, if the function is divided in different intervals, you have to divide your integral. Now the limits are from minus pi to plus pi. So first thing should come in your mind whether the function is even or odd. So that you know that some constants will vanish directly. But when you say that f of x is equal to e raised to x, which is given in the problem, Exponential function is neither even nor odd, students. But suppose you want to check, then what is the method I told you to check whether the function is even or odd? You directly replace x by minus x on both sides. Okay. And I have said that if f of minus x is equal to f of x, as it is if you are getting the function without minus sign, then the function is even. And suppose you are getting it as same function but minus sign is reflecting outside, then it is odd function. But in this case, what is happening, students? You are not getting function as it is e raised to x. Neither you are getting minus e raised to x. Correct? If you are getting, after replacing x by minus x, if you are getting minus e raised to minus x, then yes, it will be odd function. But it is not happening. This is e raised to minus x. So only the sign of the power is changing. It is not the sign of whole function is changing. Means what? This implies e raised to x is neither even nor odd function. Okay? So the hope of reducing work is gone. Means you have to find out literally what is a naught, what is an and what is bn separately. If function is even, then you know that bn is directly 0. If function is odd, then you know that a naught and an is 0. Just you have to find out bn and substitute in the Fourier series. Correct? But in this case, you have to find out all the Fourier coefficients a naught, n and bn, because the function is neither even nor odd. Okay. Now let us write our original formulas, because see, look at the interval and write the formulas. So formula for a naught is 1 by 2 pi integral from minus pi to plus pi f of x dx, right? Now quickly start solving the integrals. 1 by 2 pi minus pi to plus pi. What is f of x here? E raised to x. So nothing I'm doing here. I'm just writing the formulas for a naught, n and bn, replacing f of x by e raised to x and solving the integrals. Okay, you can do it independently if you are good in integration. So now 1 by 2 pi integral of e raised to x is e raised to x itself, students. Okay, then 1 by 2 pi, replace x by upper limit and minus replace x by lower limit, right? And then it is 1 by pi e raised to pi minus e raised to minus pi by 2. Can you relate this bracket to something quickly, anybody? Do you remember this formula, students? E raised to x minus e raised to minus x by 2?
Hyperbolic function.
Hyperbolic function. Which hyperbolic function? We have seen this in Laplace transform, students. E raised to x minus e raised to minus x by 2 is sine hyperbolic. Very good. And if middle sign is plus, then it is cos hyperbolic, right? So here it is 1 by pi. You can directly write it as sine hyperbolic of pi. Why pi? Because in place of x you have pi. This is not compulsory step, students. Even if you keep this, it is okay. So all are getting a naught as sine hyperbolic a pi upon pi. Now let us find an, students. Formula first, 1 by 2 pi minus pi to plus pi f of x cos of nx dx, right? Now 1 by 2 pi integral from minus pi to plus pi. What is f of x? E raised to x cos of nx dx. Now see the set of formula, students. I have given you the formula for e raised to x cos bx. Formula number, who will tell me what formula number, what it is? In the beginning of this topic, I have given you set of formulas. Formula number 7. All of you, please turn the pages and tell me what is formula number 7. So I will write the formula here as integral e raised to x cos bx is equal to e raised to x upon a square plus b square a cos bx plus b sin bx, no? Is it? All have this formula? A cos bx
Yes,
plus
ma'am.
b sin bx. Yes. Yeah. So this is the ready-made formula, students. There are two important formulas as I told you. One is e raised to x sin bx and one is e raised to x cos bx. So these, don't ignore these formulas. You have to by heart all these basic formulas. Otherwise, you will get stuck at this step. Okay. So what is a here, students? In our problem, a is 1 because coefficient of x is 1. And what is b here? B is n, right? Coefficient of x for cos is n. So let us substitute. 1 by 2 pi is already there. E raised to
Oh, ma'am,
x.
isn't it 1 by pi?
1 by pi. Yes, it is formula for an, right? 1 by pi. Sorry. Correct. 1 by pi it is correct. So a is 1 here. E raised to x divided by a square means 1 plus b square means n square, right? Inside the bracket, nothing other than substitution I am doing, students, here. A I am putting as 1 and b I am putting as n from our integral. So it is cos of nx plus n into sine of nx. And don't forget the limits from minus pi to plus pi. Okay. Now here you need to use these formulas as cos of n pi is what? Minus 1 raised to n. And what is sine of n pi? It is 0, right? So these two things also you know. So let us do the substitutions. 1 by pi. 1 plus n square I am taking out, students. It is constant, right? Now let me replace x by upper limit first. So e raised to pi I am getting here. Into bracket cos of n pi plus n into sine of n pi. Substitution is for x, not for n, because you are integrating with respect to x, right? So I have replaced x by pi, that is the upper limit, minus e raised to minus pi, cos of minus n pi plus n into sine of minus n pi. So just I have replaced x by upper limit minus x by lower limit. Okay. Now, what is cos n pi value, students? It is minus 1 raised to n. What is sin n pi value? 0. Right? Now, what will be cos of minus n pi? Cos of minus theta is cos of theta. It is even function. So, this is also minus 1 raised to n, students. And this is 0 because sine is odd function. So, minus n will come out. So, sine of n pi is 0. Okay. So, wherever there is sine, the terms are vanishing for both upper and lower limits. Correct? So, let us write the next step. 1 upon pi, 1 plus n square. This is e raised to pi into minus 1 raised to n. This term is vanishing, students. Correct? Then minus e raised to minus pi, and this is also minus 1 raised to n. Minus sign where it is going? See, new students, cos of minus theta is same as cos of theta. So minus sign vanishes for even function, as I told you. But sine is odd function, so minus sign reflects outside. Okay? So this is our bracket. Now what is common? The common term you can take out, that is minus 1 raised to n, right? So minus 1 raised to n divided by pi into 1 plus n square. What is remaining? E raised to pi minus e raised to minus pi, right? Now see, students, what I am doing, I am dividing by 2 and I am multiplying by 2 here. This small adjustment I am doing. Why? Because this whole thing again I can write in the form of sin h pi. So here automatically 2 was there when we were finding a naught, no? 2 was there already. So we need not multiply and divide by 2. But in this case, we don't have upon 2 here. So you can always adjust the constants according to the requirement. So what I have done, I have multiplied by 2 and divided by 2. So that this whole bracket I can write it as sin h pi. Is that clear? So it is 2 times minus 1 raised to n upon pi 1 plus n square into sin h pi. And this is your an. Okay. Any doubt at any step, students? If you have not followed some particular step, Neela and all, then you can ask me. Okay. Okay. Can I change the page for Bn, finding Bn? Anybody is writing? Have you understood, students? Am I going fast?
Understood, ma'am.
Is it okay? Are you there, Baba? At least say something in chat box.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
okay whether you have understood, right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let us go to find Bn. So write the general formula for Bn. It is 1 by pi integral from minus pi to plus pi f of x sine of what is that? Sine of nx dx. No? Sine of nx dx. This is formula for Bn, right? Now our function is neither even nor odd, so you have to use this function as it is. So let us replace f of x by our function e raised to x cos of nx, sine of nx dx. Okay. Now again you have to refer formula number 7, students. That is the formula for e raised to x sine bx now. This is also ready-made formula for you. Integral of e raised to x into sine bx is e raised to x upon a square plus b square, right? A sine bx minus b cos bx, is it? Check formula number 7, students. A sine bx minus b cos bx, okay? So this formula you need to by heart. Even new students, you have to by heart all these basic formulas. Otherwise, if you get confused at in this formula, then you will not be able to find out Bn. And the major part in Fourier series is getting correct values of A0, An and Bn. So when we correct the papers, our attention is whether the student got the correct value of A0, An and Bn. Okay. So what is A here, students, in our integral? E raised to x, but A is 1 here, and sine bx, but b is n, right? So like previous case, we are replacing a by 1 and b by n in the formula. So e raised to x means e raised to x upon a square plus b square, a sine bx minus b cos bx. So I've replaced a by 1 and b by n in the formula. And don't forget to put the limits because this is our definite integral. And that's why we don't add constant of integral. For indefinite integral, when there are no limits, we add constant of integral. Integral because we get definite value of this. Okay. And there is 1 by pi, don't forget this. 1 by pi is there. Then let us take 1 by 1 plus n square also out constant. E raised to minus pi sine of minus n pi minus n cos of minus n pi and complete the bracket. So keeping the things in mind that sine of n pi is same as sine of minus n pi is equal to 0 and cos of n pi is same as cos of minus n pi and it is minus 1 raised to n because of the property of even odd function, right? So keeping these two things in mind, see what remains 1 upon pi into 1 plus n square. Sine terms will vanish, students, because sine of n pi will be 0. Okay. So it is e raised to pi minus n into minus 1 raised to n. This is minus sign, right, in the middle. So we can give minus sign to this term. It is into here. Then this term is vanished. Minus into minus is plus here. Correct? And this is e raised to minus pi. And n into minus 1 raised to n. So common terms you can take out. N into minus, both are minus signs, or one is plus, one is minus. So if we take minus n out, what will happen? Minus n into minus 1 raised to n divided by pi into 1 plus n square. See what changes I have done. This term will become plus and this will be minus. See students, what I have done at this step? I have taken out n common, as well as minus 1 raised to n also I have taken out common. And this, why this minus sign I am taking out? Because this minus sign will become plus and plus sign will become minus. And what is the reason behind this? I can divide this by 2 and I can multiply this by 2. So that this whole thing will be again in terms of sine hyperbolic. So that is the reason behind this. So it will be minus of minus 1 raised to n into n upon pi 1 plus n square 2 times sine hyperbolic pi. This is your Bn. Any doubt at any step, you can ask me if you have not followed something. And once you get these things, now the required Fourier series, therefore, required Fourier series is f of x, means e raised to x is equal to a naught. What is a naught you got, students? A naught is 1 by pi sine h pi plus summation an. What is an you got? Minus 1 raised to n divided by pi into 1 plus n square into 2 sine h pi. Then this is cos nx, no? Summation n cos, what is the formula for this? Cos nx. So this is your an, students, whatever you got, n equal to 1 to infinity. And plus summation of bn. What is bn you got just now? Minus of minus 1 raised to n upon. So what I did, I have just substituted values of a naught, n and bn in the Fourier series formula. And our f of x is nothing but e raised to x on the left hand side. Okay. Now if nothing is asked to prove, nothing is asked to deduce further, you need not expand it. You can keep this as it is. At most you can take out the constants which are independent of n. No need to expand. But if it is asked to deduce some series after this, then you need to expand the series. First put n equal to 1, then put n equal to 2, n equal to 3, and then dot dot. Same thing you have to do for the second summation also. So try to get at least 3 terms of both the summation signs and choose the correct substitution for x. And then you can easily get the required series which is asked to deduce. Okay. Okay, next problem. Okay. Take the example now, students. Find the Fourier series. Find the Fourier series for f of x. Find the Fourier series for f of x is equal to x plus pi by 2 or f of x is equal to x plus pi by 2 when minus pi is less than x less than 0, and it is pi by 2 minus x if 0 less than x less than pi. Okay. And hence deduce pi square by 8 is equal to 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 5 square and so on. Okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat the intervals again?
Intervals are minus pi less than x less than 0, 0 less than x less than pi. Okay. So now in this problem, students, your main interval is definitely from minus pi to plus pi, isn't it? But is it like previous example, is it the single function? No. It is divided in two intervals. This is your 0, right? So from minus pi to plus pi, function is x plus 2 pi by 2. And from 0 to pi, function is pi by 2 minus x. So definitely when you write the formula, you have to split the formula in terms of two different integrals according to the intervals. Okay. So let us start. Can you tell me whether this function is even or odd, students? As whole, whether function will be even or odd? Any idea? If you replace x by minus x. Okay. Let us start, then you will come to know. Because if I replace x by minus x, what I'm getting? I'll get it as minus x plus pi by 2, right? And if I replace x by minus x here, then it will be pi by 2 plus x. So when the function is splitted, you cannot give guarantee whether the function is even or odd. You directly go for the original formulas of a naught, n and bn. Okay. So let me write the formula here. What is a naught? A naught is 1 by 2 pi minus pi to plus pi f of x dx, right? Now minus pi to plus pi we cannot keep single integral because of splitting of these intervals. So definitely you need to split these integrals as minus pi to 0 and 0 to pi. Are you understanding, students, how I have splitted the integral? Main integral has to be from minus pi to plus pi. So first and the last limit should match with the first and last value of your intervals, minus pi to plus pi. This you remember. Okay. And where it is breaking at 0. Means it is discontinuous at 0. Right? Breaking means what? Discontinuous. What is f of x in the first interval? It is x plus pi by 2. And what is f of x in the second interval? It is pi by 2 minus x. Correct? Dx. So nothing I did here. I just substituted f of x for first and second integral. Now quickly you need to find out the value. It is 1 by 2 pi as it is. Integral of x dx is x square by 2. Pi by 2 is constant. Integral of dx is x. Put the bracket. Limits are from minus pi to plus pi. Plus pi by 2 integral is pi by 2x. Minus integral of x is x square by 2. Limits are from 0 to pi. This is simple integral I am doing, students. Any doubt? You can ask me. Upper limit and lower limit. Upper limit is 0. 0 by anything is 0. 0 into anything is 0. So first bracket will become 0. Then replace x by pi. Minus pi square is plus pi square by 2. And pi into minus pi is minus pi square by 2. Okay. So here done with the first term. Plus Replace x by pi now, students. So it is pi into pi is pi square by 2 minus pi square by 2 minus replace x by 0, students. In both terms you have x, so both terms will vanish. And finally what you get is 0 here, because this everything is getting cancelled if you see. Correct? So value of a naught you got 0. So what I did here, just I wrote the original formula and I did the splitting of the integrals. Okay. Now let us find an, students. 1 by 2 pi minus pi to plus pi, original formula f of x cos of nx dx, right? So it is 1 by 2 pi. First integral will be minus pi to plus pi. F of x is x plus pi by 2 cos of nx. This will be minus pi to 0, right? And in the second integral it will be 0 to pi. What is function? Pi by 2 minus x cos of nx dx. Nothing I did here. I wrote the original formula. I did the splitting, minus pi to 0, 0 to pi. And f of x is replaced according to the functions given in the intervals. Okay.
Ma'am,
Now
it
you
is
need, yes,
it is 1 upon pi, not like 2 is not there for e.
1 by pi. Correct, correct. Doing the same mistake again and again. It has to be 1 by pi. Correct. Okay, and now this you can use your Bernoulli's integration by parts rule in general, right? So it is 1 by pi. First function, integral of cos nx is sin nx by n positive minus derivative of x is 1, derivative of pi by 2 is 0, integral of sin is minus cos nx by n into n is n square. Limits from minus pi to 0. Plus, here again u into v, first function, integral of cos is sin nx by n minus derivative of pi by 2 is 0, but derivative of minus x is minus 1, students. Be careful. Okay. Derivative of the bracket will be minus 1. And integral of sin is minus cos nx by n into n is n square. And don't forget to put the limits. What are the limits for this? 0 to pi. And then complete the big bracket. Because your 1 by pi is common for whole bracket. Any doubt, students, at any step, substitution, integration? Okay. Now let me replace x by upper limit first here. Now see, students, now I will not substitute and show you. I will tell you now. See, when I replace x by 0, I will get sine of 0. So I am getting 0 at the first term. Then this will become minus into minus plus. What is cos of 0 value? Cos of 0 is always 1. So that is 1 by n square. Okay. This is for upper limit. You will understand this, right? Because sine of 0 is 0. If you want, here you write down. Sine of 0 is 0. Then cos of 0 is 1. Correct? Then I will be replacing x by lower limit. Sine of n pi is 0. So first term will be 0. Minus into minus is plus. Cos of n pi is minus 1 raised to n upon n square. And as cos is even function, minus sign will not affect. So this is for the first bracket. Plus. Now for the second bracket, when you replace n by pi, sine term will vanish always, right? Because sine of n pi is 0. Then minus 3 minus sign means 1 minus sign. Minus into minus is plus, plus into minus is minus. Cos of n pi means minus 1 raised to n by n square. This is for the first bracket. Minus x is 0. Sine of 0 is 0. Right? 3 minus n means 1 minus n. Cos of 0 is 1. So it is 1 by n square. So just using the properties of trigonometric functions, what is sine 0, sine pi? I have written this term. Now anything is getting cancelled, you have to see. If something is getting cancelled, then cancel it. Otherwise, Write it. See, this is 1 by n square, and here also this is 1 by n square, positive. So this will be 2 by n square, no students? 2 by n square. Now this is minus 1 by raised to n by n square. This is also same thing. So it will be 2 times minus 1 raised to n upon n square. So nothing is getting cancelled here. Okay, at most you can take out common. What you can take out common? 2 you can take common, and n square also you can take common, but we don't want to take n square common because this term will go in the this. It will be 1 minus 1 raised to n upon n square. When the denominator is same, you can add the numerators. Okay, so this will be your an, students. Okay. Any doubt at this? Please sit with the same problems and solutions. Try to solve by your own. Then you will get the confidence of these problems. It is not difficult. It looks lengthy because a lot of integration, lot of substitutions, lot of trigonometric formulas are involved in this. Now once n is done, you have to find out what is bn. Correct? Will you find quickly what is bn? Or anybody got already bn? What is formula for bn? It is 1 by pi minus pi to plus pi f of x sin nx dx. Correct? Now again splitting will take place. How it will be? 1 by pi minus pi to 0. What is f of x here? X plus pi by 2 sin of nx dx plus 0 to pi. What is f of x here? Pi by 2 minus x sin nx dx. Then u into v formula, Bernoulli's. Correct? So will you complete this finding bn and tell me the answer next time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So find out this and tell me the answer next time. And then after this, I will tell you how to find Fourier series for the general interval. Now here, if you observe all these problems we are doing from 0 to 2 pi, minus pi to plus pi, 0 to pi, right? But suppose some interval is given from 2 to 3 or general intervals like 0 to 2, then what are the changes in the formulas? That I will tell you next time. Okay. But before that, I want answer from you for bn. Okay. Now let me take the attendance. Okay, give the attendance, please. Roll number 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is not there. Wait, it is SCTC. Today is the 2nd, 11, 2020. 4 is not there. 5 is not there. 6, 7, 8. 7 is not there. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 13, 14. 13, 14. 13 is not there. 14 is not there. 15 is not. Yeah, 14, 15 is there. Directly 16. Okay. Guilford. 14 is there. 15 is there. 16 is there. 17, 18, 19. 18 is not there. 20, 21, 22.